Happy New Year! Welcome back to another video, and to start us off, it's 2024. Ooh, ooh. But first, we're gonna recap the top 6 best movies I watched in theaters in 2023, because I only watched 6 movies in theaters in 2023, which is lower than last year, but probably higher than pre-Marvel. So I guess it sort of balances out. I don't know. So starting off with number 6, boom, come and get your love, ooh, represented by Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We got our number 6 movie of 2023, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, let's start off number 6, so hey, it's the worst one. I didn't think it was a bad movie at all, but I didn't think it was anywhere near the level of these two. But then again, that goes with most of the Marvel stuff post Endgame. So, you know, what can I say? I don't think the soundtrack was on par with these two. The story was pretty good, I guess. I'm trying to think back because it was ages ago. We're talking May, so Golden Week. Although I did see it late, like at the tail end of its run. So there is that. Maybe it was June. But yeah, I mean, nah, it's got the good Guardians Galaxy. That's right, the Yondu replacement. See, I don't even know his name, and obviously I haven't bought it yet because I got to use the other 2 movies to represent it. But yeah, he learned how to control the whistle thing, the arrow. That was cool. Being out in space for that long was a bit dubious, especially since they're saying he lost his powers when Planet Ego died, so that was a little sus. But, you know, it was still a pretty good movie. So again, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is my number 6 movie of 2023. Boom. And let's see, try in here. Yay, winter. Number 5, we've got another Marvel property. And I think this year, well, last year, might be better known for the movies I didn't see than for the movies I did see. Because you would expect that I'd see the Mario movie. But Mario just does not look right to me. There's something that doesn't sit with the model. And I didn't want to see it, so I didn't see it. I mean, you're talking $20 for a movie. What else did I not see? I did not see the the Marvels. Yeah, the Marvels. Because I did not like Miss Marvel, the TV show. Well, Disney Plus show. And Rambo gets her powers by randomly going through the barrier that Scarlet Witch creates in WandaVision. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I suspend belief for, but I don't know why I find that very sus. So, you know, that's just weird to me. What else? I did not see TMNT. I heard the frame rates were terrible and that it was like claymation stuff, which is not to say that claymation is bad, but that's just not my thing. What else did I not see? There were like 6 major movies I did not see, which were shockers, but I guess those were the big 3. Maybe they'll come to mind later. It doesn't really matter because I didn't see them. So there. Ant-Man and the Wasp. My number 5, represented by Ant-Man. Number 5 movie of 2023. And one that I would actually buy. Well, I'd buy Guardians 3 too. Let's be real. But yeah, I want to get Quantumania. I think all the issues with that, they may need to consider recasting Kang. But don't give up on the character. Don't. Because the concept is good. It's just not working because they're pumping Marvel movies and TV shows out. Or at least they were. Maybe they pump the brakes now. But they were just pumping them out and cranking them out. And I was like, ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, they used to be an event. And I mean, I was late to the party, but I would still hear, oh, there's one a year, or there's two this year, and then I think it was three. Thor Ragnarok, I believe, was the third movie that year, and that was a big event because wow, they're releasing three movies now, and then they ended up with four, and they ended up sort of killing the genre, or at least severely handicapping it, kind of like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and well, even Call of Duty. They're saying they don't need a game every year. So, but anyway, back to Ant-Man. I thought it was pretty good. The CG again was kind of sus because the teams are overworked there because of all the projects. But the story was pretty good. The acting was pretty good. I mean, you've got some really good actors just sort of talking to a blue screen and to each other and a bunch of nonsense. So if they can do that and then they insert all the digital crap later to actually make it a movie, then you know they've got some serious skills. But yeah, I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania much more than the critics and most of the internet did. So Ant-Man, Quantumania is my number 5 movie of 2023. Woo-hoo. Number 4. I don't even have my bullwhip with me. I don't even have anything to show you because that's sitting on VHS at home. And Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is the number 4 movie of 2023. I thought it was almost on par with the original trilogy, much better than the Crystal Skull. The story was actually believable. Yeah, the villain was believable. The using mathematics to calculate things was believable. And then talking about plate tectonics, which wasn't known back then, to change everything there, it seemed far-fetched, but within the realm of believability. So I really enjoyed the movie. The action was great. I'm not a huge fan of de-aging actors just so they can continue to play the same roles. But that's the direction Hollywood decided to take, at least with some projects. So, I mean, you can see not recasting, but the casting of young versions of Luke now, and like was it Mandalorian 3 or whatever. So, there's sometimes they're shifting away from it, and sometimes there aren't. I guess it's going to be up to the people to decide with their wallets and what's going on with movies going forward as to whether that's, in widespread use or not. But it worked out okay this time. And that wasn't even a major part of the movie, so maybe that was it too. But yeah, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, probably better than you think. Check it out if you have a chance. And it's my number 4 movie of 2023. Boom. Just a few more here, and we are going to pull out our bag of dice, which some of you may have seen. And spellbook cards for Paladin, a class I have a character for but haven't played yet because I'm maining a cleric right now, Tiefling. This is Dungeons and Dragons, was my number 3 movie of the year. And I don't know why. Apparently the critics did say it was alright, but just nobody saw it, and I don't know why. It might have been the geek stigma, but even with that, it's a good movie in and of itself. If you are a Dungeons and Dragons fan, which going into this year, going into 2023, I was not. But I've sort of become one, even though some of the mechanics are still a little sus. Geeks making stuff for geeks. But the movie, you don't need to do, or don't need to know much of that, just regular fantasy, high fantasy stuff, and you'll enjoy the movie. if you do know the mechanics and some of the spells and whatnot, you will get more out of Dungeons & Dragons. But you don't need that to watch the movie. And like I said, I don't know why it sort of failed at the box office, but it was really good. The bard, the main character, getting in a rut and sounding like a broken record, he was amusing. And I think that's why my friend and DM wants to keep playing a bard and using bards. But, or maybe he just likes bards in general, who knows. But I think bards are weird, because you play music, and yeah, I understand people getting inspired and getting buffed that way, but just like magic happening from instruments is really weird. But anyway, Dungeons & Dragons, check it out, especially if you have a good DM. Bust out some dice here. Where's my normal D20? Which is actually a Magic the Gathering D20. Oh, there's one. And so use that to roll. The numbers are not quite the traditional D20, so it's a little weird. It's even got the 9 because it was 9th edition for that. And then my main attack die with some blood red numbering on it. Anyway, Dungeons & Dragons the movie. Great story. If you like fantasy, highly recommend it. It's my number 3 movie of 2023. Boom. And 2 more. Mission Impossible. Representing, well, Mission Impossible. 312. We got Mission Impossible, MI2, and MI3. We can put those back in the proper order now in our Ultimate Missions collection here on HD DVD. But they represent Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now this was a fantastic movie dealing with AI as the villain. So of course it has to act through agents to try and achieve its goal, which Tom Cruise has to go analog, although some of the things are not exactly analog. But then again, neither is Enterprise D in Picard Season 3. Hey, did I say there was going to be spoilers, anyone? But yeah, analog. Anyway, so he's sort of off the grid, and it could be its own complete contained movie, if not for the fact that there's a part 2 and they didn't solve the AI problem. But everything aside from that can be self-contained. It's amazing. The action was amazing. The effects were amazing. I mean, nothing's quite as good as Maverick last year, but then again, I saw that, what, 7 times in theaters, so I was a little obsessed with that. But yeah, I mean, Mission Impossible was fantastic. I'll definitely be watching part 2, and Dead Reckoning is my number 2 movie of 2023, which just leaves, and it's time to call attention to my shirt. If you want peace, prepare for war. That says Parabellum, which means that there's nothing in there except for John Wick 4. Boom. So yeah, John Wick 4 is the best movie I saw in 2023. Well, in theaters, of course, which is why I'm making the whole video. But yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. I even have a story going in it. So I had watched the first one for sure, and then at Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners, I'd seen 2 and 3 in bits and pieces, but I wouldn't say I had watched the entire thing together. So I made sure the night before to watch part 2, and it turns out I had in fact seen all of the movie. And then I woke up early to watch part 3 the morning of going to see part 4. And it turns out I had seen all of part 3 as well. Okay, so in the span of 24 hours, I saw 3 John Wick movies, and they were all fantastic. Excuse me. Like I said, it's dry in here, and water is just over there. But no, the action is fantastic. The story is fantastic. You do have to suspend belief a little bit in terms of timing, but I mean, it's a movie, and I guess Mission Impossible and John Wick 4 are what they called Top Gun, because I was watching those special features. They called them popcorn movies. So anyone apparently from Middle America just goes to the theater, gets some popcorn, and watches the movie. That was the goal. And I would say that Mission Impossible is a popcorn movie, John Wick 4 is a popcorn movie. You just go, you have fun, you're entertained for 2.5 hours, and you come out with an amazing freaking movie. And the whole gun fu genre, I mean, the ending's even, you know, open-ended. There could be a John Wick 5. There doesn't have to be. But, again, action sequences were awesome. Spanned the globe. A fantastic story. And John Wick 4, Consequences, is my #1 movie of 2023. So, let me know in the comments what your favorite movies of last year were, what the best movies you saw in theaters or even at home were. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep dancing.